Author presents Back and Forth with NEVS and Sven, a program of writing rants and rebuttals.
True story. A best-selling buddy of mine was turned away by his publisher because he turned in a manuscript that didn't exactly fit his brand as a writer. But the story has a happy ending. He went to a different publisher and they actually gave him a very large advance. So it proves that you can actually get published and not stick to a certain genre or a certain brand. You can branch out. So what is your brand? Well, let's say you write horror. So your brand is horror. That means that you're cultivating horror fans who love that genre, and that's pretty much the track that you stick with. Since your celebrity status is pretty much your entire battle of actually selling books, your brand is extremely important. But what if you make yourself the brand and not your genre? With social media, the idea is to give fans more slices of you. You not only want to talk about your genre, but you also want to talk about what makes you tick. What are you thinking? What directions you're going in? And this is a great opportunity to sort of branch out and become a brand. Think of it as a bicycle wheel. You've got each spoke, and each spoke represents a brand, and you've got the hardcore followers hanging onto each one of those spokes, but then you have the people who are fans of you, and they're kind of around the hub of the wheel. And they're the ones who are going to enjoy all aspects of your writing and collect everything. So as long as you're making everybody happy on the spokes and you're supporting the entire rim, you're good to go. Through your website, social media, and especially your writing, you can cultivate yourself as the brand. Don't feel like you're stuck in one particular genre. You can branch out. In fact, I've interviewed plenty of authors who have done so.
I'm sorry, but there's no such thing as a Renaissance brand. You can do it all. Sure, if you cultivate yourself as a brand from the start, it might work. Sherry Fink is an author Sven's interviewed that fits the profile. She writes children's and chick lit, but most authors are stuck in the genre they cultivate. Stephen King does horror. Yeah, he branches out like the time travel book 11/22/63, but that novel is still a thriller and not a far stretch from his horror fare. Most authors have their fan base and their niche, and it's hard to step too far outside those parameters. Sven writes science fiction, memoir, and fantasy. The sci-fi and fantasy are close cousins, but the memoir is the bastard neighbor you keep calling the cops to make noise complaints on it. Am I right? Yeah. You need to build your single genre audience first. Once that starts to pay off, then test the other waters. But never turn your back on your initial fans. Don't stop writing in their genre. All right, enough already. What do you think? Huh? All right.